Hello, my name is Stephen Fields, and today I'd like to talk to you about the importance of internet freedom. We can all agree that the internet can be a great power, both in the world of computers as well as the physical world that we live in. This can be seen by the effects of things such as social media and current events, ranging from the recent Arab Spring revolution in the Middle East to effects of videos that go viral on YouTube, influencing what people talk about in their everyday conversation. As such, it is important that we closely consider important internet issues relating to it. One of the big issues in this conflict is between internet freedom and security, a policy matter that's debated even on the international level. Ultimately, this conflict is just one example of the conflict between freedom of expression and intellectual property. My goal then, in as much as it is to persuade you that internet freedom is more important than security, is to really convince you that freedom of expression is more important than intellectual property. The First Amendment states that Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech, of the press, or the right to people to peaceably assemble. This is what the internet does in almost all of its aspects by providing things such as news outlets online, uh, speech through social media, and peaceably assembling through things such as online forums and again social media. What this freedom of speech can be extended upon is what is known as freedom of expression, which is the idea that everyone has a right to hold their opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas in any media regardless of the frontiers. In Sean Power's book, The Real Cyber War, Political Economy of Internet Freedom, he states that digital media allows for more diversity, also known as pluralism, than traditional media. This is because it's less influenced by state media. For example, when you have like television media, it can be the state can like take off whatever they don't like. This is what happens in a lot of oppressive countries. Freedom of the media should not be reserved for just media companies or editorial offices. It should be extended to all types of people. For example, people who blog, whether they be like professionals or just basic citizens. It's a basic human right that shouldn't be divided into traditional media and new media. But freedom of expression is but only one of the internet freedom's benefits. Let's now compare it to the ideas of intellectual property and internet security. Intellectual property, or IP, refers to creations of the mind, such as inventions, literary and artistic works, designs, symbols, etc., etc. IP is protected by law in the form of patents, copyrights, trademarks, which enable people to earn recognition for financial benefits from what they invent or think about. It is inherently an individual right because it seeks to protect the individual, a thought, and versus someone else taking credit for their ideas, protecting their intellectual security. Now, the flaw of IP is that it comes from the fact that everyone is influenced by something or someone else, meaning that no idea is truly, in its true sense, individual, and that ideas which are shared upon and improved can ultimately become better. This can be seen in examples such as open source software or modification of music, such as by DJs, stuff like that. However, instead of examining these two ideas apart from each other, let's compare them together. The reason that internet freedom is better than internet security is internet freedom allows for the free spread of ideas, which perpetuates knowledge base of everyone in society, which makes it a more utilitarian aspect than internet security. Internet security is based mainly on the factionalism of state security because it provides a way for the state to control what can be distributed to their citizens. Internet freedom also perpetuates free trade by allowing access to methods such as online shopping or shipping around the world, which basically goes in the face of states that try to sanction what can be shipped in and out of their country, and it would provide for more freedom of economy and better lifestyles for all. Another example of how internet freedom is better is through the use of free music and movie distribution, which is already done through ideas such as Spotify or Netflix, etc. You eliminate the monopoly and greedy seeking behaviors of big industry companies while still maintaining the integrity of actors and musicians who can be supported by other methods such as concerts or movie theaters, which still provide better experiences to the free options, therefore making them still appealing. In the end, the reason that internet freedom must be maintained, even at the expense of security, boils down to what's better for society. Freedom of expression, again, provides a better exchange of ideas, allowing creativity and growth of knowledge, which allows innovation and ultimately changes the world for the better. Meanwhile, the argument of intellectual property stems solely from the idea of individual rights, and it only in a somewhat selfish aspect in its own. The exchange of ideas and products on a global forum allows for ideas such as the Arab Spring I mentioned earlier as an example to be heard, and is sometimes the only way true freedom and liberty can be upheld where physical freedom of expression is limited. There's a reason the Founding Fathers created this country based upon the ideals of freedom and liberty, and it has become the world leader that it is today because it works. Internet freedom is merely an extension of these ideals.